I don't even want to know. Don't even tell me.
I don't know. People are being murdered, getting people pregnant.
What the heck is happening? This is what happens
It's
when I leave my Zoom link open.
it's fucked.
This is recorded, Nikki. So if there's any
Fudge.
people on, if there's any new people on, that's Nikki.
I
We love her. Okay, I just have to share this with some people who are struggling. Apparently, I'm struggling too. Just give me a second here. I'm trying to get the link. You think I just have it? No, I don't. Oh, look at that. Copy invite link. Cut that. I'm a rock star. Doesn't help that I just posted in this group. Krista, can you send this link to Julianne? I can't, my messenger isn't working on my computer.
I did, and I used the link that I sent to her, and I'm on because of that link. So I'm not quite sure, but I'll try again.
Sounds good. No worries. Um,
Recording in progress.
it's not aliens. Could be. I don't think it is. Oh, wait. Thank you. Welcome. If this is your first call, please let us know in the chat. I don't think it's anybody's first call, but welcome. Happy freaking longest day ever. Even if it does seem like the longest day ever, anybody else? It's like 10 p.m. over here. 10 freaking p.m. Okay.
Commit this body to the ground.
Awesome. I am going to, there we go. Welcome. Thanks so much for being here. I kind of wanted to listen, but that's rude, isn't it? Nikki's like, Nikki, you're gonna get me in trouble tonight. Okay, all done. Welcome. Thanks so much for coming. This is November. Welcome to freaking November. Which is crazy. Here's some things you need to know. We're gonna just go right through them. We've got we have double hostess rewards. Obviously, we've got rank advancement gifts still for rep, junior rep, all the way to senior director. We have mini summits happening in Atlanta and Nashville, none of which you have to care about, but base camp here in PEI, you do need to care about April 12th and 13th. I will be sharing the bookings, the room block bookings. I will be doing that tomorrow or Tuesday. You'll have lots of time to book. However, when you book, you don't need to actually, they're not going to take money off your credit card when you book. You just give your number. So book a room, make it happen, put it out in the universe, manifest that. Okay. So that's what I'm putting out. That's what I'm telling you. April 12th, 13th, 2024, Delta, Charlottetown. The booking blocks for the rooms will be released this week. I'm super excited about that. Again, book the room. If we have to cancel rooms and people are going to share and we're going to coordinate all that, that's totally fine. But if you think you're coming and you don't know it yet, if you have roommates, just book the room and then we can figure that out later. When you enroll a rep, they still get 20% off coupons, but those coupons are delayed by 2 or 3 days. I am hearing from Ruth. So just an FYI there. You also get an enrollee coupon. So I think that is delayed as well. Founders favorites, they're 30% off, and they keep adding to them. They keep sneaking in items. So every day I'm waking up like, what else did they add? What else did they put in there? But they're amazing. There's like what, 7 or 8 pages of 30% off items. The last time they did founders favorites, I went and looked at the graphic. It was 20% off, and it was 12 items per founder or 8 items per founder, none of which were that exciting. This is the best founders favorite that they've done for sure. 100%. Holiday return window, January 30th, right? We've got till January 30th from November 1st. So that's amazing. What else did they say? Party booking blitz is happening on our team page until November 8th, which is Wednesday. You have till Wednesday, and we're going to talk parties in a minute. I've got like 2 pages of talking parties. So don't you worry, it's coming. What else do we got? We have, what else did they announce? They announced the 4K club, which, you know what? I'm so excited about because they've had this going for over a year. They've had calls. It's kind of been weird. It's kind of been there. It's kind of been gone. So finally they put a rewards graphic out. If you didn't see the graphic, definitely take a look. There's a lot of awesome prizes up for grabs. It's basically just an achievers club. You get to $4,000 in sales in a month. You do that any 3 months in the year, and you've got in for some prizes. If you do it in 6 months, any 6 months in the year, any 9 months, I believe, and then any 12. Incredible prizes, and I'm so glad. And we're going to talk about that later. So, and before your eyes roll, we're going to talk about that too. But I do want to do some shout outs. We've got 1001s for 3 months. These are the ladies that hit it for 3 freaking months. And let me tell you how challenging that is. It is a challenging incentive because it's playing the long game. It's staying motivated. It's staying consistent. And it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. So just know that these ladies, I know so many pushed for it. Some got like 1 month, some got even 2 months. I do remember one year Carla missed it 1 month. I think it was not last year, but the year before. She missed 1 rep for the $7,500 one. So she knows how it feels for sure to miss that. But these 12 ladies, so we had 12 from this team hit the 1001. Krista Dykstra, Carla, Mandy, Pam Hall, Amanda Hobbs, Nikki, Cheryl, Miriam, Emily, Allison, Jessica, and Kobe. And a bunch of those ladies, so congratulations to you guys. That's freaking awesome. And a bunch of those ladies also got more than 1 rep in each month. Okay, so you guys like kicked ass is basically what I'm saying. Kicked ass. You did amazing. So keep it up. Incredible. And there's reps from like on that list from everywhere. New reps that have been around for, for years. And then reps that kind of, there was some there that joined for the discount, and now they're hitting incentive. So it was awesome to see. It was definitely even more awesome to write down and to realize that we had 12 freaking amazing women hit that. So congratulations to you guys. Again, that's a big incentive. Sandy also hit it. I didn't realize she'd be on the call, but Sandy, congratulations to you too. I think they said on the call, 528 people? Krista, did you hear that? 528 or something from like company wide? Maybe something like that hit it, which is just, man, that's not a lot. There's not a lot. So give yourselves a freaking pat on the back because that's amazing. Okay. Thanks for coming. Have a great month. Good luck. No. Let's talk parties. I'm super excited. So booking parties. I've gotten a few messages, and I'm not going to single anybody out. And don't ever, feel like you can't message me. And no, I won't say your name on the kickoff call. However, I want to talk about booking parties because I've gotten some questions about how do you book so many parties and how do you do them consistently? And I've been sending so many messages, and I've gotten no parties booked. The key to booking parties is to continually be excited and be able to change up your process. The way that I booked parties a year ago is not the way that I book parties now. And I think that reps who have been around for longer than a year, 2 years, 3 years, they'll say the same thing. It's a little bit different now. But you do have to be excited. You have to share excitement, and you have to book parties with people who actually want to book in with you. So please stop chasing people. That's a complete waste of your time. And then you'll be dragging them along, and then you will have your soul sucked during the party. And it will just be an exhausting and an emotionally abusive, really, experience throughout the whole thing. So don't do that. Don't drag people, don't chase people. But here are 3 questions that I want you to, or 3 real points when it comes to booking parties. The first is, what are you excited about in your business right now? Is it the recent launch? Is it products? Is it the founder's favorites, the 30% off? Is it the double hostess rewards? Like, what fires you up? What gets you excited? For me, freaking Confluence sets. I love them. I think they just should keep coming out with more and more colors. I love them. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be, it can be something like the 30% off bomber bras. We've got 12 of them, right? What are you excited about in your business right now? That's question number 1. Number 2, why did you think of them? So this is when you're going to message someone. You have to think about what you're excited about. Why did you message them? Well, obviously you want to book them for a freaking party. But what about the exciting thing above made you think of them? If you bring it to them like that, you're literally sharing the value, you're sharing their, your excitement, and you're asking them, what do you think about this? Right? When you do it like that, you're bringing some relevance, you're bringing an actual, like an example of something that you're excited about to them, instead of just saying, hey, it's double hostess rewards. If that hasn't been working for you, it's been great for those that know what you're talking about, but for those that don't know what you're talking about, it might not work. They might not know what that means. They might not know what our normal hostess rewards look like, right? So if they don't know what our normal hostess rewards looks like, they don't really care that it's double hostess rewards. They're like, oh yeah, that's cool. Awesome. Still don't want to. But that's the thing. So what are you excited about in your business right now? Whether it's the products, the founders faves, the recent releases last week, the double hostess rewards, the whatever it is, it doesn't matter. And then why did you think of them? So share about that exciting thing with them and say, hey, I just couldn't help but think, you love that flannel that you got. They've been releasing so many flannels lately. I'd love to book you in. This Wednesday is going to be amazing, or whatever. Right. Yes, welcome to everybody who just jumped on. That's awesome. If this is your first call, I would love to know in the chat. You can just say, this is my first call. My name is Sarah, for those that don't know me. And if you're watching the recording too, I realize I go and check the recordings like a couple of days later, it's like 50, 60 views on some of these kickoff calls. So I understand that a lot of people can't make it for the call itself and you're watching the recording. So I'm super excited for you too. But yes, the key to booking in for events is definitely being excited, not chasing people who don't want to book in for parties, but talking about it in parties itself. The value of hosting parties has really helped me. And I know that sounds really obvious, especially to the reps who have been hosting parties, but do you ever go back to your party and say, hey, Sally got this? Hey, Sally, this is what she got. I've been doing this lately. It's been a game changer, because then people are like, what the heck? This is what she got? And what? Like, yeah, no, I want that. So definitely, if you haven't done that, go back in to the parties that you've recently just finished and say, hey, this is what the hostess got. I've got an opening November, whatever. Who wants it? It helps. Or even better, ask her to make the post. I've done that too, and that works wonders because they see it more. Make your parties fun so you can be excited about them. Ask people, and then worst case scenario, get them into your VIP. If they're not in your VIP already, which I assume they're not, right? Because we can't just ask people in our VIP unless we're just starting out. But if you've been a rep for a while, you're asking people kind of outside of your VIP. At the end of the day, if they don't want to host a party, that's fine. Just say, hey, I would love to have you in this group. This is where I share reviews, et cetera, right? And then if you are asking and if you aren't getting results, now, if you are really asking, if you send 427 messages and they're all the same, and then you're like, oh, I can't send any more messages. When you tell me that, it's because I then realize that you're literally copying and pasting and sending everybody the same message. Stop doing that. Number one, Facebook doesn't like it. Number two, people can read right through it. Have you ever got a copy and paste message sent to you? It's gross. I get them all the time. I'm like, ew, you didn't put any effort into that. I feel used and abused, and I haven't even said yes yet. No, immediately no. Put some effort. Say, hey, Sarah, or something. But if you are asking, really asking, and you aren't getting results, then I think you need to fix your ask. I think your ask is broken, not your ass. Nikki just went right there. Your ask. I saw your face. So here's how you do that. You determine your value. You determine your freaking value. You write it down. Write down your value. Write down your value. So obviously you are all thinking, okay, double hostess rewards. That's a huge value. Our hostess rewards are amazing every day. Double hostess rewards is awesome. It's double as much fun, right? However, when you're determining your value, I want you to write something down that has nothing to do with Zaya. What do you bring to your party? Right? And then ask yourself this question. Would you want to have a party with you? Would you want to say yes to a party to you? Would you want to run a party? Right? Would you want to be in there? Would you want to host one? Like, if it's a maybe or I don't know, it's probably time to fix that, right? So determine your value. So of course, double hostess rewards, free and half price stuff, all that stuff is great, but definitely write down something that's non-Zaya related. And then ask yourself too, would you want to have a party with you? So yes or no answer. If it's a maybe, then we got to fix that. When you're sending messages to people, and because you're not sending 437 of the same one, you're also not sending a novel. People don't like them. It's immediately no, they're not going to read it all. Okay. For me, book a party does not work. That verbiage does not work for me. It may work for you, and that's totally fine. But for me, it doesn't work, and it hasn't for quite some time. So I don't use the words book a party. I don't write about it in a graphic. I don't share about it on my stories. I don't talk about it. I pretend like it doesn't exist. I talk about shopping events. I don't talk about parties. So here's a few ways you can go back, and there's other people on here that have been very successful with booking parties. And you can go in the comments too if you have any things that's working lately or any wins or anything like that. You can share in the comments. But for me, I always start with my past customers, and I do that by going through my order history, because I guarantee there's someone in there that I've missed or that I haven't yet asked, or that we've had a conversation and I forgot to get back to, and something will jog my memory by going through my order history, and I'll be like, oh yeah, shoot, her. Okay. You can also do the same thing by scrolling your Facebook messages. I do this every Monday. I scroll back to the last Monday, and I make sure that I'm not missing anybody with returns, with booking in, with asking questions, with sizing suggestions, with anything like that, or with just connections in general, right? I'm just continuing conversations every Monday. And then of course you can reach out to other direct sellers you support, right? If you buy something from someone else who does direct sales, ask them to book in. Referrals, you can ask a customer, hey, you know anyone who would love, to book a party? I just said it. I never actually say it, but do you know anyone who would love to do a shopping event? I have an opening there. And then of course I always refer, I haven't talked about this in a while, but your chicken list. You know what your chicken list is? The people you're scared to ask. Those are my favorite. I get all riled up. I start with my chicken list, let's be honest. So the people that you're like, no, I can't. I couldn't. Ask them. So do your chicken list, and then past hosts, 4 to 6 months back. So if they haven't hosted in 4 to 6 months, I usually ask them again, especially when there's so much value, right? And at the end of the day, no one should be without a party, because guess what we can do as reps? We can host our own freaking party. It can be, and this is the best part, and I watched a training, Sandy might remember, I don't know who it was. It's like the party bus, and this girl was just like, I'm pretty sure she was on something, but she had some really good ideas. And she was excitable. And she would talk about bringing the party to the party, but she also said, just host your own freaking party. Host it, because not only that, you're hosting it outside your VIP. You're making a group just like you normally would. You're sharing about it. You're getting people in that normally wouldn't be doing it. So a Schitt's Creek party or a friend's party or whatever, right? Like any kind of party, just booking it and getting those people who are kind of resonating with that in there. And then you can run your own event. And then that's how you connect and you grow your thing, grow your network a little bit. So at the end of the day, if you've sent the 437 messages, you've been blocked from sending messages, you've asked everyone, including your chicken list, no one's booked in, you still can't come to me and say, I don't have any parties, because you can host your own freaking party. Make it fun. Make it one that you would want to be part of, right? Does anyone have any questions about that? Does anyone have any other suggestions? You can unmute. What's been working? I feel like I just went through and scrolled through the Party Booking Blitz comments. Lots of people are booking in for events, which is awesome. You guys seem to be having lots of success so far, which is great. Make sure you put your goal out there. If you want to book 4 parties this month, right? Figure out what your number is, right? I want to get to 4, or I want to get to 2, or I want to get to 6, or whatever it is. Speaking of goals, so we're going to shoot right into the 4K club, which I talked about at the beginning. It's the Achievers Club, the $4,000 a month Achievers Club. It's backdated to September 1st, I believe, and it'll be for the next 12 months from September to Summit. I love this goal. I actually love this goal. It's doable. And Al, you're already thinking it's not. So why do you think it's not? That's the first question. It's literally 4 parties, or it's $1,000 a week, or it's between what, 4, 5 to 8 to 10 orders a week? Maybe, depending on who orders, right? You might get like 3 or 4 small ones. You might get one big ass one, right? It's not out of this world, guys. It's really not out of this world. It takes consistency. It takes effort. You got to treat it like work. Doesn't mean it's not fun. But I think when I went from, my goal was $2,500, and I remember it, and I was like, I wonder if I could get to 5,000. I wonder if that would be a goal. And I just remember thinking in my head, I'll never get there. Like, that's friggin' huge. That's a massive goal. And it almost made me pukey. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And then it's like, whatever you put your mind to, you can do. Just like whatever you decide you can't, you don't. But I'm telling you, once I started thinking 5,000 and focusing on that and putting the work in, that's when it happened. So if you think you can't make it to 4,000, you have to ask yourself why. You have to challenge that. You have to be like, okay, yeah, but why? And why not? Why not me, right? I feel like this is a great time to tell you about a story that Max told me this week. And I already told Krista, but like, you prepare to have your mind blown here. Now, Max, for those that don't know him, he's 10, yes. And he just knows the weirdest and most crazy shit that'll just keep you up at night. It will. And I've stopped Google checking him. Like, literally, I used to just like, he's talking to me and I'm like, just a second. Scorpions holding their breath for how many days? 7. Okay. And I'm looking, I'm like, he's right. He's freaking right. So prepare yourself. He told me the other day, he's like, Mom, did you hear the story about the fleas? And I was like, the fleas? No. I'm like reaching for my phone because I know, but what he's about to tell me is just going to like make me very uncomfortable to live in my own house with the dogs, or it's going to just completely blow my mind, right? So he's like, yeah, the fleas. And I was like, what is it? He's like, did you know that they can jump 3 meters? And I was like, no, that's terrifying. No, I did not. And he said, yeah. And they did an experiment, and I don't think it's nice, but they did this experiment where they put a bunch of fleas in a jar. Did anyone hear this? Come on, guys. They put a bunch of fleas in a jar and they kept them in there for 3 days. And they would just jump in the jar over and over again. When they took them out of the jar after 3 days, they no longer jumped 3 meters. They could only jump as high as that jar was for the rest of their life. I mean, was that 2 weeks? I don't know what their lifespan is, but like, they could only jump as far as the jar was. And he said, do you know what's crazy about that? And I said, no, what? I said, well, that's crazy. But he said, there's something even more crazy. And I said, what? He said, when the fleas had babies, the ones that were in the jar, their babies could only jump as far as the jar height. And I was like, no. He's like, yeah. And he's like, do you know what that means, Mom? I was like, no, what? And I'm like, not even thinking this. And he's like that we think these thoughts. And he's like, and then it's just true. It's like, we think we're in the jar. They think they're in the jar, Mom, and they're not in the jar. And his eyes are big. Right. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. And then I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, this is brilliant. Like this 10-year-old is like amazing stories that I can tell my team. I'm so excited. Anyways, I told him, I was like, I'm going to tell him. And he's like, well, make sure you get your facts right. And he's like looking up this stuff and sending me the videos. I'm like, I'm not showing them that stuff. And I'll remember it. Anyways, he's like, make sure. But I actually did look it up, and I looked up the actual experiment, and it was crazy. And they talked about paradigms. And it's basically the reality you've created because of your thinking over time. And because fleas have such a like short lifespan, and even though they're only in the jar for 3 days, to them, that's like, for us, that's like a decade, right? And so that's how they've created or they've been accustomed to their boundaries. And they just have learned that they cannot go past that. So your thoughts create your reality. Bottom line, your thoughts create your reality. Whether you're in the jar or not, it doesn't matter. Whether you want to get to 4,000K, rank advancement, best month ever, whatever your goal is, just know that your thoughts create your reality. So you have to think about it. You have to, and I 100% know I thought about the $5,000 before I got there. I thought about it and I was like, I think I can do it. I mean, I knew it was going to be hard. I knew I might not get there this month, next month, whatever, but I had to put it out there, and I had to be like, I'm going to get to $5,000 in sales. And I remember it being a huge, big deal because it was super far from where I was. You know, I was probably $2,000, $3,000 at that point. The goal here is to have our best month ever, but that doesn't mean we're not going to have a huge amount of fun. November is always a great month to have some fun. I absolutely love double hostess rewards. I love running in, special incentives in my VIP, but also just really good events. I like setting ourselves up for success when it comes to booking parties through the extravaganza, which is coming up, which I'll talk about in a second. I love just this time of year where it's not crazy December yet, but it's still fun November. So it is a great month to have our best month ever. But you gotta think about it like that. You have to go after your best month ever. It just doesn't come to you. Just isn't like, oh, I'm gonna, I think I should. No, you have to then put in the work. You have to put in the effort, and you have to rise above your thoughts, the crap thoughts, the stories, the excuses, the reasons why it won't work, why it won't happen, and just the everyday dialogue you're telling yourself. You have to rise above all that, and you have to figure out, okay, why the heck not? Challenge it and say, no, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going after. And it's 100% happening. Just like that. And I'm telling you, it may not happen this week, next week, this month, but it will happen. And you have to be confident in that. You have to be like, I know it will, because I'm putting in the work. The extravaganza is coming up, and it's one of my favorite. I love it. I freaking love it. It's so much fun. It's fun seeing the reps come together. For anybody who's new, it's a great time to just be in there. You don't have to do anything. You just come in and be in there and join, get your customers in there, but it is an amazing time. So we will be having a training call on the extravaganza, and this is open for any rep on the team, but it's really focused on any new rep who hasn't been a part of it yet. We're going to go over the exact outline of how it's going to work. We're going to go over what is expected of reps that do, show up and do the lives, or maybe help with counting or whatever like that. It starts on the 26th. All reps will be added on the 25th, and it runs until the 2nd. I think we do the live on the 3rd, which is the Sunday night. I think we talked about that. And like I said, we're going to add reps the 25th. The grow the group is on the 26th. We've got leggings, joggers, bras, shorts, accessories, sweaters, tops, tanks, outfit inspiration, and founders favorites, which I think is pretty cool on the Friday. And then on the Saturday, of course, we're going to have book the party. And that's a great time for you to book in for the rest of December, January, February. I think we go all the way to March, right? I think we do 3 months. No one's answering me. Oh, okay, cool. January, February, March. And so it's awesome. And we've got lots of wheels of prizes. We've got amazing things, and we are super excited about that. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's all good. The extravaganza training is on the 8th. Is that a Thursday? Stand by. I think it is on the 8th.
So Wednesday.
Wednesday? Huh. Thursday, it says on my Zoom.
The 9th?
I don't know. It just says Thursday at 8 p.m. I don't know.
I think that's what you talked about.
Okay.
You said-
Well, I don't know. I'm like, well, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever works for me, but I don't know what I put out there. Yeah, good. Sometimes my Zoom is not the right thing that I put on the team page. So that's why I was like asking, putting it out there. But yeah, it is on Thursday at 8 p.m. So that's great. Okay. And yeah, and we're going to be sharing a donation list. It's going to be a little bit more specific of exactly what we need. And that's going to be shared this week. And then we've got our schedule. We'll book in and we'll go from there. There'll be chats, there'll be all kinds of help. And if, I just hope that the training will, get to the training if you're needing clarification on how to work it, how to benefit from it, how it works, what you can do to help, anything like that, definitely get to the training because it'll explain it all. It's a really, really good opportune time to work your business. And I feel like sometimes we have a lot of fun, we do, but if you're not working the posts, like seeing who's commenting from your customer list and like commenting with them, connecting with them, sending them messages, sending them the direct links of what they're commenting on, that's how you get the most out of it, right? There's interactive posts as well. There's like, you can get a lot from the extravaganza, but you gotta be in there. You gotta be active and you gotta pay attention for sure. And it's just a fun place to be. So that's happening at the end of the month. I'm super excited about it. And there will be a training coming up specifically for that. We will have also Tinley Bone. She's going to be coming and doing a leadership training for us. I'm super excited about that. She talked at Summit. She talked at the gala at Summit, and she was just, I don't even know how to explain her. She's, like, you'll just love her. Her energy is it's just amazing. It's so freaking positive, and she has a way with words and her accent, and you'll just be like just listening to every word. You'll just be waiting. But she's going to come talk on leadership and on going after goals, and I'm super excited. I will be doing up the event and the Zoom link. We're talking tomorrow, so we're going to come down with we're going to get a specific date that works for both of us, and you'll see that on the events on the team page. Does anyone have any questions? I think my last thing I was going to do, and I just wanted to let you guys know that there will be a new rep chat. We've done this before. I feel like with 50, 60, 100 new reps added in the last 3 months, it's a great time to get a chat going for those that are wanting to start their business. So if you've signed a rep, and they want to be part of this chat, 100%, it's going to be tomorrow. And we're just going to go through the steps, and we're going to kind of keep everybody, motivated, and just like, here's the things, and just any questions that they might have or something that, they need clarification on, it's just right there. And we can really streamline the process. So if you want in on that, if you are a new rep and you want in on that, you can send me a direct message. If you are, or you can send your upline one as well, and they can add them to the new rep chat. It'll probably just go for like a month or two, but we just kind of get them set up with, just set them up, launch them, get them booking parties, help them with Visly if that's what they want to do, and just kind of resources, support, all the things. So that'll be tomorrow. Awesome. Does anyone else have any questions? I feel like I've talked really fast. For sure. Jill, I will 100%. Awesome. So yeah, definitely things you need to keep in mind is base camp, booking the rooms when they come out, keep an eye out for the leadership training, keep an eye out for the extravaganza training, just making sure that if you want to be there on the training, get to it, but it will be recorded and I will send it out as well. I am super excited about base camp. We've got some amazing Americans coming. Super excited about that. Pumped. We've got some people. Since he's announced it on the actual call, I've gotten probably 20 messages. Like, so is there like a special invite for that? And I'm like, actually, there is. Sorry. We're all booked up. Shucks. Maybe next year. No, I wasn't like that. You know, I wasn't. Well, no. Anyways, okay. I gotta go. I'm gonna get in trouble. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Yeah, super pumped. Super pumped for the week, as you can tell. Do they do daylight savings, Sandy, there? Oh, okay. Yeah, just wondering. I was just
Yeah, so it's been pitch black since like 5:30. So
yeah, same
it's
here.
only 7:30 here and I'm ready for bed.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
I'm going.
when
I
it's
don't even
this
have
dark
pants on.
so early, ugh, it's horrible.
Yeah, I'm the same. No pants on over here. I'm going to bed. You guys know.
Don't stand up.
Don't stand up. It is an incredible month. November is always the month that just blows your socks off. It's just like one of these months that are just like, oh my gosh, right? So just have fun with it. There's so many things that you can take advantage of, but yeah, have fun. It's a freaking awesome month. And if you need any help with any sort of launching your business, booking parties, working visibly, anything like that, definitely reach out. And yes, yeah, mini kits. What the heck, Sarah? Jen, I'm so glad you're here. Mini kits are staying for life. Like literally. I said, Rafa, are they like permanent? He's like, they're permanent. Like they're not going away ever. I was like, sweet. I said, do you remember 3 months ago when the US just didn't even want them? Like, what's with that? The US, anyways, the mini kits are incredible. So I am glad that they're permanent for sure. They're awesome. They're a lot of value. Speaking of value, right? Yeah, power hours are coming up. I'm going to schedule a bunch of them, and then yeah, extravaganza training, leadership training, and lots of fun. Playing lots of fun. It's going to be amazing. Best month ever. I don't know about you guys, but that's what my plan is. I hope you guys have a good one. If you need anything, definitely reach out, and I'll see you all soon. Bye, guys.